How we keep being positive in this creative industry where
I just think we're already there. We're already in this space of where we want to be.
let us know in the comments section below some of your 2022 intentions
and don't forget
as well.
To subscribe.
So, hi guys.
Hello.
You're gonna be joining us today on a fun-filled LA day. So first things first, we are returning. For context,
Oh, my phone, right?
I hate, the most annoying thing about the mask for me is that it hides, like,
Personality.
it attempts to hide exactly personality, beauty, but the thing is, my eyes do not lie. So screw you with your Omicrons. Screw you with your Omicrons. What's the other variant? That's what I'm saying. They're gonna return to normal life and strike a pose. I love it when you wear your Jesus sandals. Yeah, very nice.
Vegan.
Yummy. Wow. It's funny, huh? So, this is the first damage. Thing at the back. It's actually very cool. So, Heavenly Father, walk into this room, be with us, and just help us to be positive and spread good light. It's a very dark world, but help us to be light. Let the creativity flow, let the conversation flow naturally. Above all, let's have fun and touch lives. Amen. It's AB, and I have a special guest with me on my YouTube channel today. This is my dear friend, Legacy. We've been friends now since, I believe, 2016.
Yeah, like 7 years.
Was it 2016? When we had that shoot which we're going to talk about?
Yeah, we did a music video. We were in a music video for...
No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how we met, but like, I'm trying to figure out, I think it was 2016. It was...
What, do you know what month?
No. I barely remember.
I think it was like early spring, like April. So it's 2016.
I remember I was in film school. I hadn't graduated from film school yet. Whatever. Yes, I was still at film school. It was 2016.
It was 2016?
Yes. So we met in 2016 and we've been kicking it ever since then in LA, which I can't say about too many people. So I'm so thankful to have found this beautiful soul in LA. I love you so much. I'm about to take off. things first. Do you want to share a bit about yourself? They already know. If you've been watching, you know a little about me. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just a quick summary so they know a bit about you.
Of course. So my name is Legacy. I've lived in LA for 7 years. I am a model and DJ and an entrepreneur. And I love to travel and I love music.
You're vegan and
I'm
passionate
vegan.
about that.
Super passionate about that. I love animals. I feel like they're just like us. You know, they have souls in their bodies and they're only here for a short amount of time, and so are we. So
let's not. I'm going to start crying, and I eat animals. So this is a whole other story.
We're working on it.
Yes. What else do you want to share about? You love plants. You love to travel.
I love plants. I love to travel.
And you love discussions. You love the ocean.
Yeah. I love mindfulness and
So, first things first. Let's talk about how we met, and then we will gradually open this discussion.
Beautiful portal that we're creating.
Huh?
Beautiful portal that we're creating.
Yes. So how did we meet? We met on a music video shoot. To this day, I haven't seen the footage of that music video. But I got one of the best gifts. I met Legacy. I remember it was a small shoot. It was supposed to be this international.
I think it was people from Ukraine.
Yeah.
And we were in downtown LA.
Yeah.
They had a beautiful car, and then we started. That's when we started. That's when we took pictures. I took pictures of her because I was taking a bunch of pictures.
So he took some cool photos of me because we soon realized during the shoots that it was a bit of a joke. In fact, there's even a much deeper story to our meeting because there was a third person.
Yes. My friend Matt.
Legacy introduced me to this guy called Matt. That's a very beautiful revelation. Legacy came to the music video shoots with his friend Matt, who is no more, RIP, and that's why I'm talking about this, to just honor him, but because he introduced me to Legacy. So we're on the music video shoot and I am having this discussion with this guy called Matt. He is hilarious. He's talking about how he's been on more professional sets and how he can't stand
He left. He didn't want to stay for the rest of it.
I wanted to leave, but I did not have as much courage as he did. He literally stormed off the music video shoot. These were international Ukrainian artists. Dude was you guys are running, you guys don't know what you're running, I am out. And even in my interaction with him, I noticed, I don't say there was something off about him, but I noticed that he was a little hyper. Anyways, Legacy takes me cool photos. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to meet up again for a photo shoot. And so we plan all of that, follow each other on Instagram and everything. Months later, we actually meet up again in Beverly Hills.
Oh my God, yes. That was the one.
Took those cool photos.
Yes.
Some of my favorite photos to this day.
She loves Beverly Hills.
And then, you love Beverly Hills too.
I do, it's beautiful.
And then I love so many places in LA.
That's why we're still here.
Beverly Hills. I haven't explored so many places.
We're in Venice right now. Grateful for Jordy for letting us use his space.
So anyways, we meet up again for this photo shoot in Beverly Hills. And then I'm like, oh my God, how's Matt? And Legacy goes, oh yeah, you want to talk about? Legacy goes, he OD'd. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never, at the time, that was one of the first times I had someone. We weren't friends, right? We had only met once.
Yeah.
We only had this one connection. But still, I was just very heartbroken. I'm like, wow, such a lovely soul. He had a beautiful voice and everything. Anyways, I just wanted to shed light on him. So thank you, dude. Thank you, Matt, for this union. And now, Legacy and I decided to stay friends, which, you know, you meet a lot of people in LA.
Oh my god, yeah, so many people.
You meet so many people in LA, okay? Like,
and there's only a certain amount that stick around too, you know?
There's only a certain amount.
Definitely when you're doing like creative stuff, for sure.
And
then it's just what's deeper than that,
just about creative stuff. It's just when you're in a city as such, you know, where everyone comes to, everyone's intention really is to receive something as opposed to giving something. How we keep being positive in this creative industry where, of course, you have your goals, and then you have external pressures, internal and external, and then you have pressures from society, like social media or family expectations. Like, oh, you're almost 30 and you haven't achieved all the things you said you would achieve. Maybe you should have studied law like we suggested. Maybe LA is not where you're supposed to be. Maybe you should move out of your favorite city.
I just think we're already there. We're already in the space of where we want to be.
Right.
We just gotta take time to like step back and actually view it that way.
Right.
Because I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything I said I wanted to do. I'm doing it.
Right.
Everything. And so you just gotta like step back and like be grateful for it. And to actually like realize like, because there's ups and downs always. Life is a roller coaster constantly.
Yeah, even if you have a 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not my plight.
It's definitely a more stable way of living life for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like being spontaneous.
Me too. I'm not the most spontaneous person when it comes to adventures. Like, I mean, I am, but like, in terms of, I wouldn't just get up, pack up my bag and leave. I like to plan things. But in terms of my creative journey, being that God has gifted me with all these talent, I'm not supposed to be in one place at any given time.
I don't think humans are in general.
Right, like we're meant to migrate,
we're supposed to migrate for sure. We're supposed to be able to tap into our creative spaces a lot more than we do. You know, 9 to 5s they really like suck the life out of you because you're constantly like on a schedule and you don't have anything else. You have to ask for permission to take off work. Like, shouldn't you have more control over like your time and what you want to do with it?
But a lot of people are very pleased with a 9 to 5, and so it just depends on what you want. Back to my question. How do you keep going? How do you keep on in LA when it feels like you're not really, quote unquote, achieving anything, because to people in this generation, you haven't gotten a certain level of recognition, then it's almost like you're just having fun.
I think it's patience a lot of the times, because I know it will come eventually, and also just like, you know, direct your time towards something else. You know, like spend more time doing like, I don't know, reading a book, learning something new, traveling helps a lot for sure. Or, you know, like sometimes I'm just like, I want to go up and go to this restaurant that I love. You know, LA has amazing food.
It does.
So I'm grateful for the food here.
Those are nice groceries to go buy things to cook.
It's just a beautiful, I think also being in LA is the weather here is perfect.
It feeds you, yes. My secret to keeping on this creative path, even when you feel discouraged, even when people project their insecurities onto you, even when you are achieving, like me for example, one thing that I don't do is talk about my wins, because I've always felt like, why do I have to? But unfortunately, people have told me you need to share more. My films have actually amassed quite a number of film festival laurels and film awards and recognitions, and I've gotten quite a number of interviews and everything. But no one cares because it's not CNN, right? But on the other hand, it's also me not promoting these things enough, because I feel like sometimes it's just about my art. But really, as an artist in today's world, if you want to be, if you want to be the kind of artist that I want to be, which is an artist but also a business entity first, so that you don't get screwed over, then you need to be a well-rounded individual.
Oh yeah.
You have to know about investments. You have to know about, how to feed and nourish your soul and your body, self-care, your daily habits determine how successful you will be today and tomorrow.
Who you surround yourself around.
Who you surround yourself around. Networking.
Who
Branding.
you know.
Who you know. We can't ignore that.
No.
We can't ignore that. But here's the thing. I've made peace with a lot of things because, one, I've acknowledged that we all have a unique privilege. You just have to find a way to use your privilege to get you that open door that you want in your life. Some people have money, and so money can get them into certain rooms because, some networking events, some tickets cost $3,000. But when you get into that room, you're going to meet Rihanna, you're going to meet Will Smith, you're going to meet Ava DuVernay. The average person is not going to get into that room. That's one person's privilege. Some people tend to hate with people who have money because they think that's the easiest way to get things. But I'm here to say, you can have money and still nothing will move for you if it's not your time. Secondly, some people's unique privilege is their look. Some people you walk into rooms and people can't deny you what you want based on your looks. Some of you, it's how much of a smooth talker that you are. You can walk into a room and convince CEOs to give you loans.
Confidence.
For your tech or witty, innovative tech idea. That's your unique privilege. Your privilege is that you're confident and you were born with that. So I think everyone has to recognize their privilege. Some of you, your privilege is that maybe you don't have a lot of money, but you went to a high school where you happen to have, networked with a lot of kids whose parents happen to be some of the richest in your country or some of the most connected in your country. So now you have access to those contacts forever. So if you're trying to dabble in the creative industry, some of those people are already excelling at those industries. Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's back to nepotism. Some people have 2 out of some of the things I've mentioned. Some people have 3. You know what I'm saying? But everyone has privilege. And people need to stop sulking and actually acknowledge their own privilege and go, okay. I think one of the greatest privilege in life to have is when you come from a father or mother that has a great name. There are those people out there, their parents don't have a lot of money, but their parents were into so much philanthropy, or their parents are givers, their parents changed lives. So based on that alone, that opens doors for their children, because it's oh, this is my father, or this is my mother. Oh, your father actually helped a lot of people when he was in this community, or your father is a very good guy, he never cheated, and that's some people's unique privilege. That gets people what they want in life. So, acknowledge your privilege and use it, and just know that your time will come.
Be grateful.
Be grateful.
Sure. Noticing where you are already. Noticing that you already have it.
You already have it. The worst thing to, ever happen to someone is to be ill prepared for fame or a huge position of power, because it will wreck you, That's why God doesn't open doors when you want it sometimes, because you're not ready. And why would he want to destroy his child? So it's she'll be ready in 2 years. That's why I'm pruning him or her right now. That's why you're going through this moment of feeling insignificant. It's not because you're insignificant. It's because God wants you to recognize who's actually there for you in those moments where you're, hidden. God is hiding you. He has not forgotten you. He's hiding you, separating you. So in the meantime, master your craft, know your self-worth and your value.
Take time for yourself. Learn more, read books.
Read books.
Practice.
Journal. Daily. Do things that make you happy, even if you're not great at them. Like me, for example, I have many gifts and talents, but one thing I don't know how to do is paint. But guess who has a lot of paint brushes? Who has a lot of canvas? Who has a lot of paint in her house? Me! Right?
Her.
Right. Like, I always say to people, you don't have to know how to sing to sing.
Also, it's like being in your inner child too. I feel like that's very important.
That is the core of everything.
That's where creativity spurs the most. Is letting go of like all these attachments that we have on ourselves that other people have like put on us, I guess. And also like not judging yourself.
I mean, there's so much we can tell you guys, but still, back to the core of this particular discussion. How does one keep on creating, and how does one keep on the mission and the path? Your passion, that's why you have to do something that you're actually passionate about, because when you wake up in the morning, what is the one thing you would love to do for the rest of your life? That's the one thing that you should do. I don't want to be anywhere else but movie sets. It's unfortunate that right now I'm not getting as many gigs as I would like, you know? I watch commercials. I watch fashion films by high-end brands, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys should have hired me. You know, like I see the fashion films, I'm like, I can do this in my sleep. I watch some films screening on Netflix at the theater. I'm like, I can direct way better than this, but you know, it's just not my time yet. Maybe the world is not ready for my stories yet. Maybe I'm not ready for what I possess.
Oh, never giving up. Never to give up.
Why would you want to give up on your dreams?
If you love it, then just keep doing it.
Why would you want to give up on your dreams? For most things.
That's the biggest thing, is I think is never give
up. Why would you want to give up on your dreams, number one? And secondly, it's just, I don't see myself doing anything else but storytelling. Whether I express that through a performance art piece, through acting, through directing a fashion film or a feature film,
music, dance,
through making my films. I also sing and I write songs. All I want to do is create. I think at the core of most of us,
well, we're natural storytellers.
We're all natural storytellers. I think, like one of my friends, like he's not really a friend, this dude that I know, he literally went to med school, but right now he's doing medicine and music production because that's what he's passionate about. Exactly. And he's like releasing songs every week. Some of his medicine friends are judging him because they think he's crazy, but I really do think that he's making music to keep him sane.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a release of energy, you know? It's
a release of energy, guys. Guys, it's only one life. We all need to stop waiting for people to die to understand how fragile life is. One thing a lot of great people talk about is how fragile time is. And by great people, I mean people who recognize their purpose in life and actually walk in that purpose confidently and own their lane, not looking at other people's. They know how fragile life is, and they always talk about it. They're like, all the great people, they're like, spend time mastering your art. Every single day, if you want to be a writer, spend time writing. All the greats say the same thing. Never give up, they say, because they too got knows, right? If Ava DuVernay gave up, we wouldn't know who she is today.
So many no's.
If Spike Lee gave up, Spike Lee, his first feature film, Do the Right Thing, he was the chef. He was the first assistant director. He was the director. He was also the lead actor. You have to be crazy enough about that dream to commit to it every single day. you have to know and recognize that even if God put the same idea in me and Legacy's head right now, how we deliver it is going to be completely different. Say we're both filmmakers. If God put the same idea in both our heads right now and we both go direct it, how Legacy directs that story is going to be different from how I direct it. So sometimes people fear like, oh, people will steal my stories. Stop allowing all these questions and stop allowing people project their failures onto you. You have to keep going, okay?
Your story might change throughout the way anyways, you know?
It always does. It always does, even in the editing room.
It does. We need to stop predicting so much and trying to know everything in the first place.
Right.
We just gotta let it flow.
Let it flow, but also remember, you can only control what you can control.
Yeah.
That's how I've learned to let go. You can't control the day that you get that yes, but you can control how prepared you are for the day that you get that yes. You can't just say, oh, I want to be the next renowned filmmaker, but then you go clubbing every single day and drink alcohol and you're hungover every other day. Your skin is breaking out, but you want to be the next actress, but you don't work out and take care of your body, because acting is as physical as it is mental. Like, it's a lot of things. Like, do you want to be the best or do you want to be mediocre? And if you want to be the best, what do you have to do? When you recognize what you have to do, then do it. Then there is no stopping you. Okay? That's all I have.
Okay.
Okay? Let's tell them. Okay? 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 Let us know in the comments section below some of your 2022 intentions as well. Subscribe! Don't forget to subscribe!
So my 2022 intentions would be to be more outspoken, be more in my creative elements, but I want to focus more on what I love to do and getting more in tune with like my inner self and being able to flow out my emotions more, my opinions more. Because when I don't, I feel like a lot of stuff gets trapped, you know?
Right. Some of my 2022 intentions, I already have a video about this, a detailed video about this. I will put that in the description box below. I'm learning to embrace the journey, and I mean each bit of the journey, because sometimes you achieve something and you expect that achievement to come with a certain, feeling of accomplishment or whatever. But you may find rather that you feel empty. You feel unaccomplished still. And typically that's strives from not having inner peace and inner joy, not having done enough work. I'm doing what I can. No one can stress me out this year. And like always, just striving to be the best version of myself. Thank you guys. See you guys next week. Mwah. Any final parting words? I love you.
I love you. Thank you for having me.
I love you.
It's been a long time coming. I love you too.
I know.